Hey there, Clashers, it is your host, Galadon. Thanks for checking out Clash of Clans Attacks, and for today's second episode, responding to those comments, we are going to be talking about Town Hall 9 farming base layouts. We've got several bases to review. I think the last two in this episode are my personal favorites. One of the great things about Town Hall 9, though, is you've got 4 mortars now, 4 wizard towers, 2 expos. We can get all symmetrical up in here. So again, we're going to look at several different designs, and there is no ideal design at Town Hall 9, but we're going to go over some of the fundamentals that make for a good base layout. And right away we can see those wizard towers out closer to the outside, the mortars a little bit more deeply placed. I do like that layout just because the mortars have a longer range than the wizard towers. Also, you'll notice that all of the splash defenses are in separate enclosures. I like that as well. We've got centralized DE, expos, heroes, and the clan castle right dead in the center, of course. Makes it a little bit harder to lure out. A pretty solid design here. He's got his gold storages a little more heavily protected than the elixir, and obviously that would be interchangeable based upon which resource he's storing more of at the time. So let's move on to another base layout from LP3 Cronus. This is from Brian543212, and you can see right away his skeleton traps under construction there at the bottom. We'll take a look at his 4 mortars, the 4th one under construction, spread out pretty well as the wizard towers. They are in the same enclosure, but those enclosures pretty well protected by multiple layers of walls to get there. He's got that clan castle right dead in the center, the DE as well as expos balanced out pretty well there. The queen right in the center, the king all the way to the outside. Personally, I like to kind of strike a balance between dead center and way outside with the heroes. Try to spread them throughout the base, use them as another major defense, and hopefully get them activated before the attacking units get in towards the dead center to your very most valuable resources. And Brian also displaying another good fundamental here, alternating cannons and archer towers so that there's no lopsidedness to ground versus air defenses. Alright, let's move on to Troy, also from LP3 Cronus. Again, this is a similarly upgraded Town Hall 9. He's got his 4 mortars, 4th one under construction. Also the 4 wizard towers, a very symmetrical looking base here. Everything very square in its placement as far as splash defenses. Another important fundamental being displayed here, higher level walls towards the inside, towards that core. Those level 6 walls, because they're open-ended like that, they're pretty much useless, so that was a good idea to use his very lowest level walls around the outside there. The king and the queen, pretty far to the outside. I might like to see them placed a little bit more deeply, but then again, he is trying to protect those resources, and they are balanced out on either side of the village. He's got, again, clan castle, DE, and expos right smack in the middle of this base. Okay, so next up is Junior from LP4 Hades, and again, you've got that mortar under construction there on the top left, the other 3 pretty well balanced throughout the village. I would personally like to see the top left and the bottom right mortars moved in a little bit, maybe switch with those air defenses just to give them a little more distance from the edge of the village. Dead center, you've got the 2 expos, the DE storage, and the clan castle. Well balanced wizard towers as well. The higher level walls towards the center, lower level walls around the outside, and again the storages spread throughout the village so that any one attack is not likely to wipe out all of his gold or all of his elixir. Okay, so moving on to one of my 2 favorite base layouts. This is Diego from LP3 Cronus, and I don't know, it's just pretty. I like everything about this base except for maybe this big pocket right in the center. All of those mortars, the clan castle, the DE, the expo, the heroes, everything is so centralized right there that one well-placed rage spell with a few units in the center, and they are going to get everything right there. Other than that, I do like the looks of the base, the balance of the storages around the outside, the wizard towers on the corners as well. I like the slightly confusing wall outcroppings there with the buildings placed in between the bulges and walls. Can sometimes serve to confuse those attackers. So last but not least, X-Raider X's Town Hall 9 farming layout, and you can see we've got a lot of walls towards the center. Again, well balanced out mortars. I like this because the mortars are more deeply placed again than the wizard towers. They've got that longer range and that red zone. A good balance all the way around, not really a weak point to come at this base. You've got the king and the queen, not dead center, but not all the way to the outside. Now the clan castle is off towards the top of the base a little bit, but its activation radius is wide enough that it is going to catch units coming at it from the bottom. The Expo placement a little bit unusual. I might consider switching the Expos with the heroes, but who knows, maybe it's working for X-Raider X, and that's the great thing about Town Hall 9 and any village layout. If it works for you, stick to it. If it doesn't, try something else. So please do check out my other videos. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single daily upload. We've got Town Hall 8 and 9 war and trophy bases coming soon. Also, keep an eye out. I had some of the top Clash YouTubers in the world attack using my account. They each did 2 attacks, 1 serious army and 1 troll army, and that is going to make for some interesting strategy replays. So thank you once again for watching, and until next time, remember, make every attack a full attack.